Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Joel Madden, and this is Artist Friendly. On this episode, I'm talking with Academy Award-winning hip-hop legend, multi-platinum artist and producer from 3 6 Mafia, DJ Paul. Let's go.
I don't want no bad times. I don't want to have bad.
You look healthy, and I always kind of know at our age, because we're in our 40s,
Yeah.
like when someone looks healthy.
You in your 40s.
You're 34.
I stopped aging a long time ago,
You
man. I
stopped
don't even know
aging.
what age I am.
But like I can always tell when someone takes care of themselves, because at our age, I think like you start to see people age
Yeah.
faster and faster and faster, and usually it has everything to do with like drinking and food and all the stuff.
Yeah.
And then but I also think music keeps us young, maybe.
Yeah, it do.
And 40 is the new 30, anyways.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
It is. And 50 is the new 40s.
that's right.
You remember back in the day, we thought 50 was old.
And it's not.
It's not at all. If somebody died, when somebody died in their 50s on social media, people have a heart attack. Like, oh my God, he was so young. I'm like, really? I'm like, he was a half 100 years old.
When I was a kid, that was old.
Yeah.
But actually, even like 70s is younger than it used to. Like 70 must be the new 60.
Yeah, it is.
Because my father-in-law is like 73, and he's got more energy than me. He tours like, he must do like 100 and some. I mean, he does more shows definitely than I do.
I'm glad you brought that up too. I want to talk to you about that.
Please.
We brothers, right?
Yes.
Family.
Yeah.
So why haven't I met my father-in-law, man? I want to party all night long, man.
Friday night,
Yeah.
he's playing at the Forum.
Forum, really?
Yeah.
Damn, I ain't gonna be here. You going?
Oh, yeah, I'm going. For sure we're going. It's Pop-Pop,
Jesus.
man. Pop-Pop plays, we all go.
Oh, okay. Well, the next time I'm going with Papa and y'all.
That's what we call him. We call him Pop-Pop.
Yeah. I went and saw him in Vegas probably about 2 years
You
ago.
saw the Vegas show?
Yeah,
It's good. I saw it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw that too. It's
Yeah,
great.
it's good.
Man, no one does it like Lionel does it.
Yeah, I was the youngest person in there. And I'm
That's
not even
crazy.
young.
You're pretty young, man.
Yeah, but I was the youngest person in there. I feel like a kid.
It's pretty crazy how good he is.
Yeah, he's the best.
Legend.
Legend, man.
Well, come for Thanksgiving then.
Now you're talking.
Yeah.
Now you're talking.
If
I'm there.
Do you ever spend do you go to Memphis sometimes?
No,
stay in
no,
LA?
no. I don't really have no family in Memphis like that no more.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
I do
how I am
my
with
Thanksgivings out here. I actually got some family friends from Memphis that live out here. I do Thanksgiving at their house a lot.
Well, if you want to come to my house,
No, I'm coming.
I would love that.
I'm coming.
I'm serious.
I'm coming.
Serious.
I'm seriously coming.
Okay.
I'm bringing all my Commodores records, all my Lionel Richard. No, I'm joking.
Bring them all.
I ain't gonna come in there fanned out, even though I will be.
But actually, Lionel would actually be down with that, and he's likely a fan of yours too. So you guys would have a good.
Yeah, just tell him I won the Oscar. I usually break the ice with.
We're both. You guys are both
like
Oscar holders.
Oh, he won an Oscar too?
Yeah, he won an
Wow.
Oscar. He
Well,
got
do you know what it was
nominated.
for?
He got nominated. I think he got nominated twice or 3 times.
I'm sure he been nominated
2 or
a
3
few
times, and he won once.
You know what it was for?
I don't remember. I don't think it was Endless Love. I think it was another song. God, he's got so many classic songs.
That's dope. He got it out at the house?
He's got, he's super classy. So he has this like library, and his awards are in there on the shelves. I mean, it's pretty magnificent because he's got so many awards.
Yeah,
I mean,
so many.
Grammys, Oscars, all kinds of achievement awards.
Yeah.
He was inducted in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, all that stuff. So he's got tons of awards. I love that room. He's super humble about it. I love to go in that room.
Do he got his plaques up?
He does not have his plaques up.
I noticed a
No,
lot of people don't have their plaques up.
He does have his plaques up in his
house?
studio.
In the studio.
He has a studio at the house, insane, beautiful recording studio.
Yeah, I can imagine.
And there's plaques in the hallways when you go to the studio. It's pretty cool. It's pretty special.
I used to didn't have my plaques up. For the longest, I didn't have my plaques up. And I did this show called Celebrity Wife Swap. And they was like...
How was that?
It was fun, actually.
That's cool.
Yeah, I turned it down for like 3 years until they told me how much they was going to give me.
Right.
And then I was like, what the hell?
I'll swap my wife.
Yeah, that's why. So I wasn't even married. It was a girlfriend. But you know, we lied to say we was engaged. I mean,
Yeah.
for hundreds of thousands, man. You can
Why
be
not?
engaged.
Yeah.
Why not? So I did celebrity wife swap, and they was like, Paul, why you don't have any of your plaques on the wall? And I was like, well, I always live by this old saying that says there's like, if you don't see your achievements, you'll keep trying to achieve them.
Yeah.
You know, so that's how I used to look at things. But now I got them up in the living room.
There you go. Well, I think there is something to that. I don't have my plaques up at my house, probably though, because my wife grew up in a house full of plaques and she was like, I don't want to see these plaques anymore.
Yeah, I'm sick of this.
But now we have them up here at the office in the studio. So
yeah, you gotta have somewhere.
Yeah, I still get to see them. But I also think that we have to celebrate our achievements in a way, some kind of way. Not, I don't think the thing about musicians is I don't think we walk in the room with all of our achievements. Like our resumes can be pretty impressive. If there were a degree to give, you would be the highest level of doctor or lawyer. You would have the highest business degree. If there was degrees being given out for your experience in this business, there's no one more experienced than you. The highs, the lows, how does it work? From the inception of a project or a group or an album or a song to the execution of it and then bringing it out to the world. Think about the decades of experience you have and the success you have. It's not like it's been written down into a resume or you've been given a doctorate for it, but you have one.
Yeah.
And so sometimes those plaques remind us of what we know so that we don't forget.
Yeah.
Because every now and then some new expert in the music business that's had a current hit, or they've been a part of a group of people, because ultimately this entire business was built on the backs of great artists.
Yeah.
With good teams of people who are smart and hardworking, right? It all works together. But sometimes artists can be talked out of instinct and experience.
Yeah.
And it can be wrong.
Yeah, that's for sure.
So those plaques kind of remind you of like who you really are and what you've achieved. Is you can't undo that.
Now my Oscar, that's a different story. Now I don't have that out. It's tucked away in a safe in a Crown Royal bag.
I love that.
You remember the Crown Royal bag?
Yeah, of course, the purple Crown Royal bag.
We kept everything in those as a kid.
Yeah,
the money. That was the save. That was the piggy bank.
Any good packaging that came with anything, you would keep.
Yeah.
A good shoebox. Yeah, you're keeping it.
Yeah, you kept them.
Yeah.
So the Oscar's in a Crown Royal bag.
Why do you think we always keep stuff? My wife always asks me like, why do you keep all the bags and all the
I don't know.
The packaging, like when it's nice, I keep it.
Yeah, me too. I love the packaging.
If you buy a pair of like Prada shoes or something, the shoe bags, I keep them. I keep all of them.
Yeah, but they starting to get cheap. They used to give you 2 shoe bags. Now they're starting to give you 1. Yeah. And I ain't just talking about Prada. I'm talking about Louis Vuitton, all these motherfuckers. 1 bag, man. Pay $1,000 for shoes and you give me 1 bag to throw them in there together to get scuffed up through TSA? No.
It's margins.
2 bags.
It's all about their margins.
Yeah.
If we can get away slowly with replacing 2 bags with 1, save, maybe we make the 1 bag a little bigger.
They made it a little big.
Yeah. And then we save, a couple bucks across the entire.
Man, they save a lot of money. They probably save hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Margins.
If I need 2 bags, look how big these shoes is, man. They're like yachts. I can't put these shoes in 1 bag. I couldn't put these shoes in 1 grocery bag.
They look expensive, those shoes.
They was.
Yeah.
I got them in London. Never even seen them in America.
Wow.
And I was just walking through London. And I was like, oh, wow, some ugly shoes I've never seen in America. I'll take them. $2,000. Whoa.
Why not?
Why not, man? In London.
It's nice, though, every now and then to spend some money.
Yeah.
Yeah, remind you.
Yeah.
I always struggled with spending money until I didn't.
Yeah.
But, growing up without having money, I think I had to learn how to find the balance.
Yeah. I hear that a lot. I didn't grow up super, super poor. We didn't grow up in a nice neighborhood, but we grew up in like a mill. First, we was in a hood.
Right.
And then my daddy worked for another company. And then he took the knowledge from that company. He worked for Terminex. He took the knowledge from that company and opened up his own pest control company.
Oh, wow.
And then we moved into a middle-class neighborhood.
So he was a hard-working guy.
Yeah, he's super hard working.
Yeah.
My daddy owned companies. He owned homes. That's why now I own a lot of properties because I saw my daddy doing that growing up. You know, he owned a lot of properties. He would buy homes and rent them out for extra residual income. So that's what I do now.
I figured you were up to something like that.
Yeah. Yeah. I love homes. I love decorating homes. I love working on homes. I'm working on one right now, and I love it.
You just buy them and renovate them?
Buy them, renovate them if they need it.
Flip them or rent them out?
I never flip them.
Oh,
I always rent them out.
That's smart.
When you flip them, you gotta pay the capital gains and all that.
Yeah.
If it's within 2 years. And
short term, it really doesn't make sense. Long term, you could sit on a property for 10, 12, 15,
yeah, if you're
20
gonna do
years.
then
better.
you can make some serious money.
Then
But
you
if
can
you're
make
gonna
more
buy it and then turn around and flip it, then you gotta pay all these taxes and the capital gains and all that. It just don't make no sense to me, especially out here. You know, out here because the property values go up so much.
Yeah.
You know,
just to get in the market out here and stay is the smartest thing you can do.
Yeah.
It's because it gets harder and harder for people to get in the market out here.
Yeah. And I made some mistakes.
So did I.
Mistakes.
Sold stuff too early.
Yeah.
Wasn't really thinking.
Don't ever, what if you don't want to kill yourself, don't ever go on Zillow and look at old homes you sold in California.
Yeah.
You'll kill yourself.
Yeah.
I saw where some people just made $1 million off a house I had in Tarzana. I said, what? And Tarzana, I'm like, damn it.
There's also something about a portfolio of real estate that is, to me, like a real pride of ownership.
Yeah.
Like over the years, because the years go by and then you get 10 years behind you, 15 years behind you. And if you keep just buying one thing at a time that you can afford, rent it out, forget about it.
Yeah.
Let someone else pay.
Yeah.
And
don't even think about it
before you turn around, you have this portfolio. And I think I don't know, I think that's probably one of the best things you can do with money.
Man, it is the best thing you could do with money because, like the saying goes is God's not, making no more land.
Yep.
So if you could buy some more land, if you could buy some land, because a guy told me this a long time ago, a business manager that I had, Indian guy named Harish back in like 2001. And, he was just breaking it down to me on like the percentage that banks pay you on your money. So say, for instance, you got some money in the bank and the bank is paying you 2% on your money.
Yep.
This and that. But if you can put it in a property and you can make more than that, I would rather have mine in a property than in a bank. And in a physical brick and mortar property, because, it gains in so many ways. Your money is actually gaining by being in it. The property is gaining value. You rent it out, you let somebody else pay for it. And it's just so many ways you can make money with that. And then the biggest key to it is like when we die, we can't leave our talents to our kids. They might get some of it, they might don't. My son know how to make beats and sing and all that shit. He don't want to do none of that shit. But
how old is he?
He's 27.
Okay.
Yeah, he a grown man. He don't want to do music though.
Right.
But these properties you can leave to your kids.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, and they can live the rest of their life not even having to work if they don't want to. Hopefully they still will.
Yeah.
But you can leave property. So there's so many values into owning properties versus your money just sitting in the bank and letting them use your money to buy other people's property and charge them again off the same money.
I feel the same way. I know some people are like, I want my kids to earn everything that they have. I want my kids to earn too.
Yeah.
I want them to work and build their own lives. But I also want to give them whatever I can.
Yeah, of course.
And hopefully we have a relationship where they respect. I hope I'm close enough with my kids where they respect all the hard work that I did while I could do it. It's more than just the value of the thing I give them or leave them. It's the idea of it. It's the legacy of it. And it's less of a money thing, more of an emotional appreciation for like what my dad did. It feels like you love your dad. It feels like you looked up to him. And
of course.
Work wise, it feels like you modeled how he worked.
I did.
Because 3-6 Mafia, you guys worked your ass off.
Yeah, still do to this day.
And still do.
Still do, man.
And it's interesting because it's almost like if I wasn't doing this, I would have a paint business, or I would have some kind of business where I work just as hard.
Yeah, exactly.
This just happened to be my trade.
Yeah.
Music.
Yeah, exactly.
But I always approached it like it was a business.
Yeah,
that I was just I was working as hard as my dad worked really hard. I always had 2 jobs. It didn't reach the levels of success, I think, that where he, it sounds to me like your dad really figured it out and he continued to build momentum and gain.
Yeah.
But the only way you do that is getting up every single day, whether you want to or not, punching in and going to work and putting in 8, 10, 12 hours, however many hours the day called for you to get the work done. That's what I saw my dad do. And that's how I always approached my career and still do to this day.
Yeah. You have to, because, like, people always think that the music business is so easy, especially rap.
Yeah.
Especially rap. Like singing, that's a different thing because everybody can't sing. Just like everybody can't rap, but everybody can attempt to rap because it's just putting words together, you know what I'm saying? And shit, there's a bunch of apps that do that for you these days. But people think rap is so easy. They look and they see the cars and the girls and the videos, not knowing that the label pay for that shit, renting and whatnot. But on the outside looking in, it just looks so easy, and you just be like, man, I can do that. You know what I'm saying? But it's a lot of hard work, especially the way that we did it, with 3 6 Mafia, because our sound was so different. Didn't nobody want to give us a record deal. We was talking about doing cocaine and beating up people and robbing and all this crazy shit. And people didn't want to give us a record deal, so we had to work extra harder to put our own money behind it and, find our own photographers and do our own, clothes and everything ourselves and put it out and walk up and down. I'd never forget me and Juice was walking up and down Bourbon Street and Canal Drive and all that in New Orleans back in like 1994, passing out flyers that we had made at Kinko's.
Yep.
And man, it was so hot. We had these black and red 3 6 Mafia shirts on. They was sticking to our backs.
Yep.
People was throwing that shit down. Like, hey man, we got an album coming. I'm like, what? They were throwing that shit down.
And that's before social media, before you could promote things and distribute things digitally.
In the push of a button.
You had to go out and find the crowds of people.
Yeah. You had to find somebody to press up all this shit. Man, it was a lot of work. So, like, a lot of people think it's easy, but it's not easy at all.
I mean, I think great artists, talented people, charismatic people can make it look easy.
Yeah.
Therefore, it can be misinterpreted. Also, I think music as an industry and as a resource gets dismissed as not hard, not important.
Yeah.
But culturally, if you think about in hip hop, which we just celebrated 50 years, right?
Yeah.
Culturally, the most important music of the last 50 years, right?
Yeah.
It's if you look at the influence on pop culture, on brand, on marketing, and all the industries that have come out of and have relied on hip hop, it's easily got to be $1 trillion worth of value.
Yeah.
In relationship to the culture.
Yeah.
And so that being said, really talented people, gifted people make very complicated and hard things look easy. A great ball player makes it look easy.
Yeah.
So when we watch, it looks easy. Therefore, we can sit on the couch and criticize because it looks like, oh, that's just how it should. But no one can do it at that level. You guys are a perfect example of doing something at a high level, but making it look easy, making it look fun. It's not fun most of the time when you're in the hard work part. It's not as fun as people think, but when you're good at it, you make it look kind of easy and fun.
Yeah, yeah.
It's kind of interesting.
That's what it's about, because you got to treat it. You can't treat it as a job.
Yeah.
We got the best job, one of the best jobs in the world. I would say we got the best job in the world.
I think so.
Even over actors.
Yeah, I think so.
Actors have to sit up, and wait on somebody to give them a role and cast them in something and write it and this and that. We can sit in this room right now, grab that guitar and take these mics and record some shit and put it out in the same day.
Generate all kinds of, and that's the interesting thing is it's a generative industry. Like we can make a song, put it out the next day, and then suddenly there's value where there wasn't.
Yeah.
Suddenly there's money where there wasn't.
Yeah.
Suddenly there's jobs where there wasn't.
Yeah.
And every day somewhere in the world, a kid is picking up an instrument or getting on their computer and making a beat. You can't stop the creators from finding a way to create.
Yeah.
And then they're going to put it out, and then suddenly something is valuable, and that's the interesting thing too, is with that comes a great kind of complicated problem, is the non-creators who tend to be people who are very talented at other things. When it's the right person, it's a brilliant thing. When it's the wrong person, it can be a really tragic experience for the artist.
Oh my God, yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's such a weird set of variables in the music business for who has what kind of experience based on like the characters that they come in contact with.
Yeah, and one thing that I learned in the music business is that it's like you were just saying, it's certain people that's good at certain things, and it's about finding what you are good at, because everybody shouldn't be the rapper. Everybody shouldn't be the beat maker. You know, like somebody should be the marketing guy or whatever. But one thing that I found in my years is some of the people that I found to be the best person to help out an artist, like say for instance, manage artists, is a person that was a terrible artist.
Yeah.
A terrible artist. I know a lot of guys like that was terrible artists, but they had the drive and they knew where to go get the headshots made and where to do this and where to get this pressed and where to get a pair of panties with your logo on it, anything you can name. They knew how to do all that, and they had all that shit just sitting up in their house that they didn't sell none of it because they had terrible music. But they will find somebody that don't have the means, don't have no money, but got all of the talent, and they can get behind that person, and them two together can build an empire. And I've saw it happen. I'm not gonna throw no names out there. We all know some of these people. And I saw it with my own eyes, and I was like, wow.
I think sports is a great metaphor for like players who were okay, but then they were great coaches. They became great coaches. And when you look at a lot of coaches that were decent players, or maybe some of them were even great players, I think there's like a metaphor for that. I do think that like that guy you're talking about, that character that tried to make it as an artist, didn't quite get there. Maybe he got a record deal. He got enough experience to understand the business, but then also I think the pain of failure. I think we all have some artistic streak in us, and a lot of these music industry people who tried to make it as artists and didn't, they still understand like they do end up sometimes being the best because they understand like the artist's struggle. And like, because we fail more than we win. Like more of our songs are not hits than our hits.
Yeah, of course.
Right? Like,
yeah. You make an album with 10 songs on it, you got 2 hot singles on one.
Yeah.
You got 9 losers on there.
Yeah. But if we look at the metrics, yeah. and for sure, we're like, we have those songs we love that didn't make it like the other songs. And so like we all have the failure experience all the time. I think when you've been in it long enough, you get used to it and it's not looked at as a failure. It's just, you can't control the results. But like, I think you have to understand that the suffering of artists to I think be able to help them figure their shit out.
And it works, man. Shout out to all those managers out there that couldn't make it as artists, man. But yes. You had a point. You had a purpose in life.
You did have a purpose, and some of them great managers out there, and it is a certain type of person in the music business that found their way in, and made a career out of it. You guys have there's something about you guys that has always been different. And I've been around enough people. And there is kind of a generosity you guys have. You've always been nice. You're serious guys, but you've always been inviting, nice, cool. And it feels to me like as long as I've been a fan, before I knew you, I was a fan. And then we met. I forget when we met, but we met. How long ago we met? A long time ago.
Well, when you was coming over our house, that was 2006.
Yes,
that was 2006.
Dude, that's a long time ago.
That's like 16 years ago, bro.
Yeah,
a long time.
And I was
ago.
a fan before that, so I was excited, obviously. And then to come and get to meet you guys as a fan was cool. As an artist, it was cool because we got to collaborate. But there's a through line, I think, with how you guys carry yourselves over the span of your entire career,
Mhm.
it's to this day.
Yeah.
There's something about it that lets us all participate. There's something about like the approachability
Mhm.
that I think, like, as a fan, I think there's just something, and I wonder if it's like, if it's just like a value system, or if it's just you guys who are just cool dudes.
We used to teach this to our artists, because we had some artists with us that wasn't approachable.
Right.
And, they didn't. And I used to always tell them, I'd be like, look, like these fans that you don't want to take a picture with, or you don't want to sign an autograph for, are the people that's paying our bills. You got to treat the fans good, because at the end of the day, you're nothing without them.
Yeah.
So like, that's why I can't speak for Juicy. Obviously, he's a cool dude, but one thing about me is just like my mama just always, taught me how, how to treat people, how to treat women, how to treat, men, this and that, and just people in general. And, and then coming from the South, that has a lot to do with it too.
Yeah.
Especially, the Mid-South where we from, Southern hospitality. So, like in Memphis, it's a lot of people like that that's like really, really tough, really gangster, you know what I'm saying? But still, give you the shirt out their back and really nice. There's a lot of people like that where we from. And they'll sit up and crack jokes. Like a lot of people don't even understand us from Memphis a lot because they'll be like, we seem like assholes because we'll crack jokes and this and that. But we don't mean it's nothing offensive by it. We just crack jokes. That's how Memphis do. We love to check. We'll be like, going on like small shirt ass nigga. Like we just always crack jokes on each other, but it's nothing offensive. When you walk in, as soon as you walk in the room, all your homeboys gonna start checking you. They gonna look you up and down and be like, dirty shoes ass nigga, get out of here, nigga. We just joke like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So people for the longest didn't know how to approach us. It's still artists out here today be telling my agent, like, I want to do a feature with Paul, man, but he seems mean. And he sings this, but then once people get to know me, they be like, he's not a mean dude. He just frowning on a picture or whatever, this and that. But like, in reality, I'm a cool, laid back dude, man.
Yeah.
Just super laid back.
I was lucky. I got to have that experience as a fan, and then we got to make music together, and that's the kind of experience you want to have, because we started our band in 96. We really got on in 2000, 2001. So we were like those first 5, 6, 7 years, we were just like fans of like all the music we grew up on. We grew up on a lot of hip hop. I don't think that's like the model we used in a lot of building our businesses was our favorite artists. We're just following them.
That's the same thing I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Master P was one of my biggest heroes.
Yeah, us too.
I remember reading articles in those early No Limit days of how he did it. And it was such a revolutionary idea to me. We were in Maryland, and before you had access to social media, the internet, you would just read magazines or read interviews.
Yeah, Source, XXL, all that.
Yeah. And before I started understanding how other people did it, music was just a big mystery to me. Like, how do you become an artist?
Yeah.
How do you get signed?
Yeah.
But I remember reading these articles, and I remember Master P and No Limit, and I just thought, I would love to do that one day. I'd love to be able to, but also just kind of the hustle you have to have, the work ethic you have to have, the belief in yourself, the confidence.
Yeah.
Because I didn't have a ton of that, and I gained it over time, and it was partly, I think, the experience I got to have meeting other artists who fucked with my music.
Mm-hmm.
And over time, it just gave us all the confidence to do all the things we're doing now.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way we would be where we're at today if we hadn't gone through our artist career and met so many other cool artists that encouraged us.
Yeah. We was out at the same time as Master P. He was bigger than us, obviously, but we all came out around the same time, early 90s. And I used to look at Master P's, the way he was doing his releases and his whole work ethic, and man, a lot of people don't know this, but Master P is easily the most powerful rapper of all times. Now, it don't seem like that because, he didn't have a lot of big songs on. He had big songs on the radio, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But he didn't have like big songs on the radio, like, like a Will Smith or something like that or whatever. But man, he was the most powerful dude in hip hop history, and I'm gonna tell you why. I saw all this with my own eyes. Master P is the only. I would actually say he's probably the most, was in his days, was the most powerful musician ever in history, because Master P did something that nobody ever did. Master P, it was so funny, man. We used to sit up and watch this shit in the magazines. So, say for instance, like, he was bringing out music like every month or whatever.
Yep.
Master P would find somebody and turn them into the artist.
And turn them into a star.
A star. He'll put that little No Limit chain on them, a Rolex watch, a suit, and boom, put out an album, gold, platinum, this and that. But this is how he killed it. This is what made him so powerful. Say, for instance, if some other rapper, just Joe Blow or whatever, put a source ad in there, which we used to do source ads. Those ads were $6,000 a page.
Yep.
So somebody would put in there, and if you did the double one, that's $12,000. You had the full spread. Somebody would put in there release. Joe Blow, new album, May 15th. Master P will wait till like May 1st or the end of fucking April and be like, new so-and-so album, May 15th. Then next thing you know, Joe Blow would be like, new album, June 15th. People would actually change their release dates because they didn't want to come out the same day as a No Limit artist did.
Yeah.
Nobody never did that. Nobody else in history made people do that. I mean, you still don't nobody want to come out with a Jay-Z the day of Jay-Z or Eminem coming out.
There's always exceptions to everything. I do think he is one of those pioneers that built models that ended up staying for a long time, and models that lots of people followed.
Yeah.
And I was one of them.
Yeah.
I was definitely one of them. I was a fan as a kid, and then it informed a lot of my, my version of it was different, but definitely it informed a lot. My education, I think, was artists that I was reading articles about and how they did it, and that's how I formed I think that's how we made all of our plans.
Yeah.
And thank God.
With us, we couldn't even, like I said, we started in the early 90s, so it wasn't even really, I didn't even really read magazines to see other guys' plans. I just watched it. So like I would watch like Eazy-E and, with Ruthless Records, and I would watch Lil J, J Prince with, Rap A Lot Records.
Yep.
And I would see how they was doing everything. And then I just made our label, Hypnotize Minds, do basically the same.
What a great...
they always had the Ruthless Records Presents.
Yep.
Or Rap A Lot Records Presents. So I would put Hypnotize Minds Presents, Project Pat, blah, 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 whatever, 3 Smoke, whatever.
Crazy.
Yeah. And it still works today.
Crazy. It's crazy for me, though, to think about what you guys were there for all of it. You got to see that Southern hip hop movement.
Yeah.
You were there. You were right there.
Yeah. And right when it was heating up.
You guys were a part of it. You guys were it.
Yeah.
All the things you guys got to just witness and be a part of and be in the middle of, it's crazy to me. Because I was literally just a fan. I wasn't there. I wasn't in the middle of it. I was listening to it.
Yeah.
But that's crazy to think about.
Yeah, where y'all was from, like, I used to look at SoundScan back in the day when they had SoundScan. SoundScan was so cool.
Yeah.
And I used to see that we were selling a lot of records in the D.C., Maryland, DMV area.
Yes, big time.
Yeah, big time. And I was like, damn. And I was like, I wonder who's listening to us over there.
We were.
It was you.
Yeah. Yeah. DMV is cool, man.
Yeah, I still do shows there all the time.
It's good people. We have all these little pockets.
Yeah.
And it's different in other places. You go, Baltimore is totally different from DC.
Yeah, I just left Baltimore literally last week.
I was there for 4th of July.
Yeah.
That was the last time I was there.
I was there last couple of weeks ago, and then I was there like a week ago. And then I was there in December last year, November, December. But yeah, I probably try to go to Baltimore twice a year because they love us out there.
Yeah.
And them dudes gangsters hell.
Yeah.
Yeah, they gangsters hell.
It's a funny place, man. I mean, it's kind of Southern in some ways, but not.
Yeah, because y'all right on the borderline of the
Yeah.
North and the South.
Yeah.
Like Virginia, like you don't know if they're from the North or they're from the South.
Yeah.
And that's how I think Timberland sound was so unique. It was like the tempos of ours in the South, but it had like, like hints of up north in it.
It kind of goes from like Virginia Beach all the way. It stretches to like Baltimore, that whole Maryland, Virginia, and then Virginia Beach is kind of like this little pocket off, little further south, But there's so much talent too, and artists that come out of all those places.
Yeah, Chris Brown.
Yeah.
Trey Songz, and Genuine, right? Yeah.
Yeah, Genuine was from PG. Brandy, Mario.
Yeah. Was it Maya from over there?
Maya.
Man, Maya's still hot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Still beautiful. Looks the same. She ain't even age.
She doesn't age. Yeah, she is. It's an interesting place. Like, I guess it's probably the same in Memphis. When you meet someone from Memphis, you take a lot of pride in. Like, I'm always happy when I see an artist come out of any Virginia, Maryland, DC. I'm always supportive.
Yeah, me too, man. And Memphis got a lot of hot ones now, man.
When you guys started, what was Memphis like music wise?
It was Memphis music wise. Nah, I ain't gonna talk about rap. It was hot. I just rapped then, but music wise, Memphis was always hot. As we had Elvis Presley, B.B. King, Isaac Hayes, man, Barcades. You could go staple singers. You could go for days.
Yep.
Like a lot of stuff you hear on the radio now is from Memphis.
Yeah.
Like speaking of Virginia, Missy Elliott, that I can't stand the rain.
Yep.
That's Memphis.
Yeah.
That came from Memphis. And it's a hot song on the radio right now. It got that walk on by. It got that looped all the way through it. It's a female artist. It's on fire right now. That's Isaac Hayes. That's Memphis. So yeah, Memphis been killing it, musically forever. Cause it's like they kind of consider it it is the home of blues.
Yeah.
Kind of considered the home of rock and roll. It's not, not really. I think that's like Ohio or something, right? Cleveland or some kind of
rock and roll.
Yeah.
I would. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that's the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I think it's in.
No, it is. It's in Ohio.
Ohio, but for me, it feels like the history of music. When I think of it, I think of Memphis, Nashville.
Yeah.
I think of like where it was born is down south with the guitar.
Yeah.
So when I think of Memphis, I do think of all that old music. But when did hip hop?
Hip hop started popping in late 80s, but it got hot early 90s.
Right.
Early 90s, like 1990, it was on fire. And then it haven't stopped since. That's when it really started blowing up. And that's when we came out. But it was even guys before us, like my guy Spanish Fly. I talk to him all the time. We got the same birthday. But he was like the pioneer of Memphis hip-hop, Memphis rap. So, yeah, late 80s was on fire, but 1990, it started getting crazy.
Yeah.
Then it started going from there.
And we met through J.E.
Yeah.
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 I just thought of that. St. Louis.
Yeah.
It was also just another.
Is he still out here or did he move back?
He moved back. Yeah.
I remember him moved back because he sent me a picture of him on the lake in a boat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think one of the most talented producers.
That dude was hard.
Man.
That guy was good. He did all that Nelly.
All the Nelly stuff, man. Just timeless classic. Jay is just one of those one of a kind special talents.
Yeah.
Too talented for his own good, probably.
Yeah, that was my guy, man.
Yeah.
We had some good times.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have to look him up when I get home. I talked to him on Twitter like 10 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah. He's in St. Louis. Your solo stuff's doing really good.
Yeah, it is. It is, man. Thank God.
You have millions of Spotify listeners already. I feel like I feel like it's you're just starting. I feel like you're just getting started, and you already have millions of.
Yeah, it is just getting started because I really just started focusing on it. Like I always did, like a tape here, tape there.
Right.
But when I was starting to get hot, like I brought out an album in 2009 called Skeleton that did really, really good. And then the mixtape scene kicked in 2010, 2009, 2010-ish. They started going crazy with the mixtapes. And then I just stopped. I was like, I didn't really understand giving away free music.
Yeah.
I didn't really understand that. The funny part about it is I spent Christmas over Quincy Jones' house once. Quincy Jones like the uncle.
Legendary.
Yeah, legendary. And I was
love
over
him.
Quincy Jones' house for Christmas. I think it was 2006, 2007. And Quincy Jones was like, he was like, here soon we're going to be giving away music. I'm like, really?
Yeah.
Shit.
He always knows.
He knows
what's coming.
He called it. So, man, fucking come 2000, like a year or two later, 2008, 2009, the mixtape scene that got hot, and I was just like, I couldn't do it. A lot of people did it, and they blew them up, like Waka Flocka. A lot of guys did it. I couldn't do it.
I think at the time it was an avenue not only for releasing music and getting around a lot of the red tape.
Getting around all the red tape.
Yeah. I was putting it
nicely. He was being
nice
about it.
Yeah. So I don't have to pay anybody. I don't have to worry about splits. I don't have to. Now it would never work because in order to upload those songs to the platforms, you have to enter in all that information.
Yeah.
It's got to be sorted out. If not, it won't last long.
Yeah.
It'd be pulled down and whatever.
Yeah.
So it was a wild time. It was like a wild west.
It was a wild west, man. People was just
no one was getting paid.
Nobody was getting paid, not even the person that was doing it. And I was like, man, I'm not finna sit up here and bring out all these free songs, 4 and 5 mixtapes a year with 30 songs. I'm like, no, I couldn't do it.
But you also, I think you're a producer. I think there's something about you that you understand those guys that are making those tracks and writing those songs. And look, we can't go back and change any of it, but we know what that means to these producers. A lot of times it's studio sessions and it's a song that wasn't good enough to go to an album or whatever. Yeah. So they're like, let's put a mixtape together and we'll just use all this stuff.
Yeah.
And like, we understand, as cool as that can be to the fans, and it ups the artist. And some of the producers can make a name just being on the mixtape. So that's an opportunity. Yeah. But we also know what that means when they're not getting really get. And some of the artists probably took care of the producers. I'm not saying that it was all of them, but yes, the mixtape era was messy, and lots of people didn't get recognition or pay.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
So I couldn't do that. So
I agree with you on that.
Yeah. And by this time, we was super, super successful.
Yeah.
We won the Oscar in 2006. So, I'm sitting in this big house. I got all these paid for properties and I got tons of money. I'm like, man, I'll just sit up here and chill till this shit blow over.
Smart.
Yeah. And that's what I did.
Wisdom.
Yeah, that's what I did. I brought out like 2 mixtapes and I even still put those out for sale.
Right.
Yeah, I made my own beats on them and shit. So, I put them out for sale. So then once all of that came out, that started to die out. Then I started getting calls to produce other people. So I produced a record for Drake and Jay-Z, me and my artist T.Y. for Drake and Jay-Z. And then, we went Trippie Redd and, Lil Baby and all these guys. And that lasted for years. Still doing that. But then,
You're a good producer.
Yeah. But then with like the last couple of years, my fans started, they was like, oh, yeah, we like this that you made for that person, but we want to hear you do some more stuff. We want to hear you bring out another album. So I started back focusing on me as a solo artist. And overnight, within like 2 years, year and a half or whatever, overnight, I went from like, on my solo stuff, not including 3 6 Mafia, Project Pattern, and that. On my solo stuff, I went from like 150,000 monthly listeners on Spotify to 3 million.
Yep.
Yeah, overnight. And I was like, man, this is what I'm talking about. So now, I just try to keep it around there, 2.6, 2.8, somewhere around there. And then I'm just doing all this independent myself, like I don't even really put a lot of money behind. I send a few tweets out, a few Instagram posts. And then I look at major artists, and there'll be some major artists out here with 500,000 monthly listeners.
Yeah.
Or 1 million or 900. Or like a really, really good one might have like 4 million. And I'm like, damn, I'm beating or keeping up with major artists with no money behind me.
There's a ton of value in just being you. So where someone else would have to spend money to get where you're at, you've earned that because you did spend money back there.
Yeah, right there.
Right?
Yeah, tons.
It's like real estate.
Yeah.
It's like it grows. The value of us grows over time if we stay in the market. What artists do all the time out of fear is they change directions and they stop investing in that thing.
Yeah.
And I'll guarantee you'll be at 5 million before you know it if you keep releasing.
Yeah, I am.
Because you do a certain quality of music and your brand is good. So if your brand was whack or damaged or, there's something about I think anyways, about our brand, if we don't fuck it up and cheapen it and give it away to people because we're scared or they convince us they can make it better than we can. No one can make our brand better than we can.
Yeah, of course.
And that's what we have to be is just ourselves.
Yeah.
And I think that's where we go off track sometimes is when we get spun around in this crazy business and then we stop listening to our inner guidance system and our gut and make decisions that aren't right for our brand.
Yeah.
And we've all probably had those little moments, just they weren't big enough to damage the brand.
Yeah.
We caught ourselves quick enough.
Yeah.
To go, no, I'm not doing that again. That
That
was a one-off.
Ooh, yeah, boy, we had those. Yeah, well, because my Project Pat, man, he got on us one time. Like 3 6 Mafia was always known for this bass that I like handmade myself. This long bass, like.
Yep, you could hear it.
It would hold forever.
Yeah,
and when Cash Money started getting hot, we was out before Cash Money, but we did songs together like 97.
Yeah,
96,
amazing.
Whatever,
yeah.
And Cash Money was doing, Manny Fresh would get on that SV12 and set the knobs. You could set the knobs on the SV1200. You go, and he was doing all that crazy shit with the 808s. And I was like, man, I'm gonna do this. And then we made like a whole album like that. Thank God the album was jamming.
Yeah.
It's called Teddy Club Up Thugs. It was jamming and it did good, it sold millions of copies. But Project Pat pulled me to the side. He's like, look, man, you gotta stop using all these 808s. You gotta stop using that ain't y'all sound. Like you gotta go back to that long bass for all that long bass,
Who's your other, your favorite producers over the years? Like a guy like Manny Fresh or a guy, are the producers you've either worked with or just that you love that you think it inspired you at least a little? Who would you say like some of your favorite guys are?
Man, most of my favorite guys are all the older guys.
Right.
Like Dr. Dre and Yellow.
Yep.
And Hank Shockley and all those guys and the guys that are rapping like Head Ready Red and all those dudes. I really grew up on the old school dudes.
Yeah.
Because of that mistake with Manny Fresh.
Yeah.
Listening to Manny Fresh, I just made myself never focus on listening to other producers no more. Because if you do that, you can lose track of your own sound.
Yeah.
So I didn't listen to the old dudes, I mean the new dudes. I listen here and there just to stay updated.
Right. You gotta
see what's going on.
Yeah.
You gotta stay updated. You don't want to sound like you were still in the 80s.
I got my kids for that. They're teenagers, so they play everything for me.
Yeah, it's good to have.
Yeah.
So I listen here and there, when I'm riding, I play some stuff, you know what I'm saying? But other than that, I don't listen too hard. I might hear like, oh, that's a cool chop he did right there. That's a cool edit. But I don't focus too much more on that, because of that.
That's smart.
And I just stick to my own sound. And like what you were just saying about artists that'll get off track and, and mess up their brand or whatever. When 3 6 Mafia sound went away, like in 2010-ish, when people was on to like more gimmicky rap and it wasn't about the crunk rap and all that.
Yep.
I still stuck to our same sound, the dark rap, this and that. You know what I'm saying? I would put out stuff, some of it would sell, some of it wouldn't. But I still just stuck to the sound because you always gotta, think about your core fans. You're nothing without the core fans. These new fans, you get a new sound and you get the new fans because of that new sound. These fuckers will leave you in a heartbeat. You know what I'm saying? So you stick to your core sound. You can have some album cuts on there with the new sound or little blends of it and what you're doing. even in a single, but stick to the core sound. And I stuck to that. And all that shit that I brought out that didn't sell is getting resampled and going up in sales now.
It's the value of the legacy and the brand. It only shows itself over time.
Yeah.
But you have to see it all the way through. So you can't measure the success of your brand by every single song's success.
Yeah.
It's got to be the catalog.
Yeah.
And a great career is moments over decades. But it's number one is don't fuck the brand up. It's to me, even with Good Charlotte, right? We're different, but we got together. We were in high school. We look at that as this like classic car that we don't let anyone fuck with.
Yeah.
And when we take it out, everybody goes, "That's a fucking cool car."
Yeah.
And maybe it's only 2 shows, or maybe it's 20 shows, whatever it is. We control who can be around it because we don't want anyone scratching it. We don't want letting anyone else drive it.
Mhm.
And we feel like we're protecting the legacy versus trying to keep up with any band of the moment. By the way, we want that band to have their success. We don't want to have their success.
Mhm.
We want to have our legacy, and it's going to be whatever it's going to be. Only time will tell what the legacy is going to be. But I think if we protect it, it'll be positive versus watering it down and making it negative.
Yeah. Don't do that.
And when you think about like Hypnotize Minds, the legacy and that brand, and you think 3-6 Mafia, the brand still stands today
Yeah.
as a giant, iconic brand.
Mhm.
And if you could at any time you want, you could put something out and it will be respected because the brand has lasted and stood the test of time. You never, to me, from as a fan, you never watered it down. You guys always stayed yourself.
Yeah.
I guess it comes down to just being ourselves.
Yeah.
And I think having some class,
Yeah.
having good manners,
Yeah.
and staying true to yourself.
Yeah. Because the fans, man, the fans are smarter than people realize, man.
Mhm.
Yeah, and they getting smarter now.
Yeah.
With with social media and that technology, these fuckers will look at what you post, they'll look dead in your eyes and tell if you bullshitting or not. Yeah, like they know, like they'll tell you, they'll come in on there too and be like, "Man, come on, man, stop doing this, man. This
You
ain't
get
you."
shut down.
Yeah. Yeah.
And now you live in a world where everybody's afraid of that too.
Yeah.
And sometimes you can kind of like live through that initial moment and something but there's whole brands running their whole marketing on some kid in the middle of nowhere could post something that's funny, shitting on that brand, and then it picks up steam and the whole campaign's dead because some kid on the internet said some funny shit.
Yeah. So funny, man.
It's crazy how powerful that is.
Yeah.
And you have to find the balance of how much you listen to it, but it's a real thing.
Yeah, it is.
It's crazy. You're playing with Jelly Roll.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that, man.
I love Jelly Roll.
Yeah, he's the man.
He's a cool dude.
Yeah, he really
I don't know
cool.
him personally.
Yeah.
I'm just a fan of his. I like
Yeah,
music.
we basically discovered Jelly Roll. Well, our artist Lil White discovered Jelly Roll back in like 2009.
Yeah.
And brought Jelly Roll to us, so we brought out a project with Jelly Roll, Lil White, and another guy named BP, rest in peace. It was called Snow, S-N-O. And man, Jelly Roll, man, he was writing so many hard hooks on there and killing it.
He's
I was
talented.
like, man, this dude is hard, man. And
Yeah.
me and him ended up getting really close, and we've been close ever since then.
He seems like a cool dude like that.
Yeah, he's really cool.
Yeah.
He's really cool. And he brought us on this tour. This is gonna be our first country tour, man. I'm looking forward to it. I never performed in front of a country audience outside of people that I know that's country from the South, but
I think his audience is that new country audience.
yeah, it is.
Yeah,
because he come from hip hop.
Yeah, and I think that the real country audience listens to hip hop. They listen to country.
Yeah.
They want different things at the shows. It's not to say I know the old country audience. I don't really know the old country audience.
Yeah.
I like country music, so I definitely I know some country artists, and I'm friends with Luke Combs. I love Luke. Luke's a cool dude. and I've been to a bunch of his shows. To me, it's this new country audience. They want to hear everything.
Yeah, they do.
And so I think it's a good look. I think it's cool.
Nah, super good look, man.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be great. It's gonna be fun, like, cause I hang out with a lot of country artists too. Like, I'm really good friends with Hardy.
Yeah.
And Morgan Wallen. We're not good friends, but we really cool.
Yeah.
I saw Morgan Wallen one day. I was in Cali on vacation. I was hanging at this spot that I like to go to. And
Secret spot?
secret spot.
Okay, I like that.
I'm talking about it's so secret
Yeah.
that when I was walking to the beach, I saw 2 Cadillac trucks on rims, like 24s or something. I'm like, what? I'm like, it better not be no fucking rappers here.
No, not a secret anymore.
Yeah, so I
Yeah.
see two SUVs parked directly behind each other. So I knew they was there together. They looked exactly alike. And I was like, man, don't let me walk in here. There's some fucking rappers in this motherfucker. Like,
This
I
is
love
my-
rappers,
yeah.
but this ain't the place that I want to hang with rappers at.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? This is a family spot.
I don't want to hang with anybody here.
You know, I don't want to hang with nobody.
Yeah.
So I walk in there, I look around, I don't see no rappers. And then next thing I know, I see one tall black dude who I knew, and like 4 white guys walk in with him. And I look, and one of them was Morgan Wallen.
Yeah.
And he was like, and it was my first time meeting. I'm like, Morgan? And he's like, yeah. And then my guy, the tall guy who I knew, he used to work for Justin Timberlake. The tall guy who I knew, he's like, Morgan, tell him what you're listening to in the car right now. And he's like, 3-6 Mafia. And
Of
I'm like,
course.
really? And that was so cool. Yeah, when he went out to the truck, that's what he was playing. It was him in those 2 trucks.
Yeah.
They put up like rappers.
Crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. It's a new country.
It's a new country, man. They have they're rolling deep too.
Yeah, baseball caps,
Yeah.
necklaces,
Yeah, chains.
chains, all that shit.
But that just, to me, it just goes back to especially in the South, but all over the world, the impact that you guys had
Yeah.
and that hip hop has had.
Yeah.
It's all of us.
Yeah. It's fun hanging out with rappers though. As long as you don't hang around with the wrong one, you get yourself in trouble.
Yeah.
I've done that. Went to jail.
Yeah, I think it's people in general, man. I think when you get success and you have a lot, I experienced it myself. A lot of people come around,
Yeah. Oh my God. Yes.
and that's part of the experience of it's part of the cautionary tales we always hear about. Hear about drugs, you got to watch out for that. You hear about the darker side of the business. If you're dealing with the wrong people, you got to watch out for that. And then you got to watch out for all these people that don't have their own goals, their own dreams, or maybe they do have a delusion that they could be what you are, and that you're going to somehow make them that. And I think that all artists have to watch out for that. It could come in the form of other artists or wannabe artists. It could come in the form of people from the past. Right? Like, you have to know when someone's got to go.
Yeah.
They can't be around because they're a liability,
Yeah.
because they aren't holding what you work so hard for with as much care and protection as you are.
Yeah.
Because it can all go away
Yeah. In a second.
with one bad night,
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
one bad decision. And it could be from someone that is just there.
Yeah.
And they shouldn't have never been in the room.
Most of the time it's like,
Most of the time.
yeah.
Because it's
The entourage.
yeah, it's dark.
Yeah, that's why when I go do my shows, like the promoter asks me, he be like, how many people traveling? And I tell him, you're like, really? That's it? I'm like, yeah.
Keep it tight.
Yeah. I'm having the mistake that a lot of artists make is they have, and I mean, I used to do it.
We've all done it.
We've all done it.
You gotta go through it
Yeah.
to know you don't need to do it.
Yeah. Having the people around that don't mean shit.
Do you ever see a new artist that has that and you go, man, I wish someone would tell him he doesn't need to do that?
Yeah, yeah. Well, I got a friend of mine that's an artist that I wish I could tell him that, but I just don't know how to tell him. But
It's hard
yeah, it's hard.
because when they're in the middle of that hurricane, that tornado, they think they need more than they do because they're having trouble, I think, processing that level of success when you get there, especially those. It's really like those first few years when the fame or the money comes in a wave, and then it just keeps hitting you. I think what no one tells people is like, you can continue to keep that up, but there are moments where the waves aren't as big. It's ebbs and flows, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have a hot record, a great few years, you go here, and then you got to kind of build back up to here. Mm-hmm. And on that first wave, I think people think it's never going to stop coming. And I need all this stuff around me, maybe to feel safe, maybe to feel protected, maybe.
Yeah, a lot of them do it to feel safe. You know,
it actually makes them less safe.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it makes them less safe. Like, I've seen some artists that have guys with them that's, you know, the artists will be cool, but then the guys will be, like talking crap to girls and all that.
It's liability.
Yeah, that's a super liability. Like, oh, bitch, you don't want to give me your number? Get out of here, ho. This and that. I'm like, man, you cannot be talking to these girls like that, bro. You would get all of you motherfuckers in some trouble. Like, you can't have people like that around you. If you have somebody in your crew that's doing that, that's the first one you get rid of.
Yep.
That's the first one you get rid of. But, with me, like, I don't have those issues because if you're not physically doing something, I learned this from traveling and touring a lot with Insane Clown Posse. When that bus stopped, everybody knew what to go do. This person went and got the makeup together. This person washed the outfits. This person started taking barrels to the stage. This person started doing that. And like everybody had, with Insane Clown Posse, everybody had a few jobs.
Right.
Like the same people that's doing like whatever the hell, doing something else on the show. I mean, preparing the show. They also will go backstage and throw on a clown mask and an outfit right quick and run out on stage and be a part of the show.
Right.
Help spray the Fago and then go right back to the other job.
The tour manager was also the production manager.
Yeah.
The sound guy was also, everybody had like 2 or 3 jobs.
Yeah, a few hats, man. And like, I keep people with me that everybody got a job. I keep it minimum, like the road manager, the camera guy, the bodyguard. That's it. Like I have friends that'll come like, oh yeah, you in Virginia, I'm gonna pull up, come there, this and that. But they're not traveling with me. I ain't having nobody travel with me just to be there, man. Hell no.
I want to talk about the next like 2-3 years for you. What does that look like?
Man, just bringing out. So I've been on the road here lately. I've been sticking to my schedule. Well, this tour that I just came off of, I've just been gone for like a month.
Which tour was that?
It was a solo tour I did called Mafia Lick. It was a solo tour. So that, but up to that, I was bringing out a new song every 3 weeks.
Yeah,
and I've been keeping that up here. I always wanted to set that schedule, but here lately, this whole year I've been doing it. Probably about a year I've been doing it, maybe a little less than a year. And I got thrown off when I went on this tour. But as soon as I got home this past Monday, I knocked 2 songs out immediately to get back on that schedule. So I want to just keep focusing more on my solo career and obviously, other things, people I produce and whatnot, but just more on my solo career and some other stuff. We opened up a restaurant and just focusing on all the new stuff. Just Paul, man, just focusing on Paul.
How'd you meet Quincy?
Quincy Jones?
Yeah.
We had the same lady, man, rest in peace, Nancy Stern. She just passed away. She administrated Quincy's publishing all the way up to the day she died.
Wow.
Quincy's publishing, and she used to do ours till we went to Bug and then went to BMG. But I met Quincy through him.
What an amazing guy.
Yeah, man, it's bad.
I mean,
you ever been in his house?
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable. He showed you the video of how he built it?
No.
He usually showed it to everybody when you come over his house.
I did not see that video.
Room, and he literally set a camera in the dirt. And they got it like sped up.
Yeah.
So you see all these bugs running by. And it's like 5 years of snow, all kind of crazy shit going on. You just see this big old huge $90 million house going on.
So they did like a time lapse.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Insane for years.
I've never met anyone like I'll say Quincy and Lionel.
Yeah.
2 guys I've never met anyone in my life. I've never met anyone like them.
Yeah.
Just so legendary. You can't even comprehend the achievements that they have and the influence that what they've created in the world. We couldn't even quantify like how influential the artistic work is.
Yeah.
But then to be able to experience them as a human, how generous they are, how nice they are, how humble. I don't know. Quincy will share. He'll just tell stories, and I really admire him, and I'm always in awe whenever I've gotten to be around him. I've just
Quincy still send me Christmas gifts every year.
That sounds like that. It sounds like it.
Yeah, man.
He's that guy.
Man,
he's cool.
Yeah, he's so cool, man. But I'm gonna tell you a funny story about Quincy. Just on the way over here, when I was exiting off the highway, coming down here, I was listening to the Sinatra channel.
Yep.
On XM, and he was playing a song, and I heard them say in the back, they said Quincy Jones' name, like orchestrated by Quincy Jones. So I'm like, what?
Oh yeah.
I knew he came from jazz. Like a lot of people don't know that he was doing jazz before he was like doing Sinatra's Michael Jackson.
He was Sinatra's guy.
I did not know that.
Oh my God. You've got to watch the documentary.
I haven't watched it. I need to watch it.
I think Rashida and Kadada like put it together. They did an incredible job. It's one of the best documentaries I've seen. And it really does like capture the scope of his life and his work. And
I'm watching that tonight.
Also the side of him as a man and watching what he's gone through in his life. It's incredible, man. It blew my mind. It's one of a kind. He's one of one. I mean, it's just crazy.
Yeah, he was telling me how he told me this over his house when he was showing me all his plaques. He told me how much money he got paid up front for like the Thriller album and all that. It was like a small amount, like $25,000 or something. Turned it to like, I don't know, 250 million or
Crazy.
more. But he was like, they didn't trust me at first because I was a jazz producer. They didn't trust me to make a album like this.
One of the greatest memories I have and moments in my life that it's very hard to explain, but my wedding, I got married. We had our wedding at my father-in-law at Lionel's house, and it wasn't that big. It was like 150
Oh,
people.
yeah. I know one person that wasn't there. Keep going.
And the end of the night, everything shut down.
So it didn't go all night long.
It did. It was like 3 a.m., right?
That's pretty all night long.
Yeah. They're cleaning up. They're taking, everyone's left. They're taking everything apart.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sitting between Lionel and Quincy. We were the last three men standing.
Wow, you took a picture of that, I hope.
No.
No, you didn't. We never take pictures.
Photographer was gone. But it was one of the most kind of Lionel's an amazing father-in-law. There couldn't be a better dad.
I can imagine.
But that moment was crazy. I was sitting there we were the last three guys, and I was like, of course it's Lionel and Quincy. They shut this down with me. It was incredible. Of course, I remember a lot of things about my wedding, but that in particular was pretty crazy and surreal and special.
Yeah, that's a moment.
A real like man's moment.
Yeah,
it was cool.
Yeah, it's cool.
Also, Rev Run married us, so I thought that was cool.
I did. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Like we need a preacher. Let's get a cool one.
Rev Run's a man.
Yeah, he was cool.
Yeah, he really cool. He's still doing it.
Yeah.
Vegas residency.
Yep.
I ain't brought out an album since probably 83.
Doesn't need to.
Don't need to.
Classic. Just play the hits, play classics.
Yeah.
Don't have to. When you got but that's the thing too. When you look at your catalog, you go, I'm going to make more music, and you're likely going to continue to make hits, participate in helping other artists make hits. But the catalog, it stands the test of time.
Yeah.
You don't have to. That's all icing.
Yeah.
It was all the hard work over the decades of what you did that allow you. I think the legacy is it's so hard to achieve. It's what I think every artist. You could talk to artists with big hits right now, and they want what you have, which is, and that only comes in with time and sticking to it and sticking to your guns and keep protecting the brand, protecting the legacy, and all the hits you're gonna have, icing. It's the legacy. It's the great songs. It's what got you the Oscar. It's what made 3 6 Mafia what it is today. It's all those years of work, all the work people didn't see, all passing out the flyers, putting in the hours. And, you know, every artist hopes for that, but it can't have it if you don't last through the decades and stay out of all the shit.
Yeah, it was a struggle, man. It was a struggle. I remember days and tons of days with me and Juice slept in the same bed.
Yeah.
Don't take that the wrong way.
No.
But it was, we would do a concert. They'd be like, man, we one of our first big concert. No, our first big concert outside of Memphis, outside of Tennessee period, was in Atlanta. And they was like, look, we're going to give y'all one room.
That's
like,
it.
Dude, and it was like a crew of us. You know, back in those days, you were old deep. It was like 14 of us. They said, we're giving you one room and this much money, $500 or whatever it was. We drove down there, 100 cars of us. We were so happy. The whole hood came. Everybody came. And I was like, look, dude, we got one room. And we had a rule. Like, whoever slept in the bed, which was, you know, me and Juice and the lead guys to get the bed, obviously. But whoever slept in the bed couldn't have the blankets or the sheets.
Everybody on the floor.
Oh, everybody on the floor had to have blankets and sheets.
We did the same thing.
Man, those motherfuckers in the tub sleeping.
Because no, that's the misconception though, is that you have all this money when you're starting out, you don't have anything and you're trying to get it. And when you're going on your first tours, you don't get paid.
Yeah.
And so we were in motels sharing. People were on the floor. Shit was disgusting.
Yeah.
But we were so excited to be there, opening for so-and-so or doing whatever. We would sleep wherever. We'd sleep in the van. So we get 1 or 2 motel rooms for 10 guys.
The second show in Atlanta, they gave us 2 hotel rooms.
Yeah.
And then when you said discussion, oh my God, my boy Get Had Chris, man. You know, we were just celebrating. We were celebrating on the way down there. We was it was different cars, but the main of us was in a 6-passenger van. And Get Had Chris was sleeping in the back on one of my other boys' shoulders. Let me imagine. Threw up down, and I think it was Get Had Chris did that. Or he got threw up on somebody. Just threw up on somebody else's shoulder. We was packed in this motherfucker. Disgusting. We pulled over, man. It was all kind of. We pulled over to the car wash. Those little. Thank God, was like driving through like Alabama. They had those little.
Yeah, those outdoor pull-in
car washes.
Yeah,
man, that shit was a nightmare.
Oh my God.
But you know. No more of that.
Now we go to places we don't want anyone else to know about.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, those same dudes, I'm hiding from them when I see them.
Yeah.
I used to sneak in the club, now I sneak out.
Yeah. That's how we do.
Yeah, that's it.
Thanks for coming, dude.
Man, thanks for having me, man. Thanksgiving, my
house.
All right.
Serious.
All
right, dude.
I'm going to be there. I might be there the night before.
Count on it. Bring pie.
All right, brother.
Appreciate it. Thank you for watching Artist Friendly. If you like this episode, please make sure you hit the like button, you follow the channel, and please share it with your friends. We appreciate the support. That is why this show exists, because you listen to it. Thank you guys, and we'll see you next time.